Welcome to the 175th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again. I am a still very frustrated Tiger Height.
Yeah, I know. You,
Yeah, so right before the show started, like at 3:55, my computer wanted to have a meltdown, and I was fighting with it for 20 minutes.
Ergo, we will not be doing our match.
No, but we will do the match next
week, along with our TNA show, which is happening tonight as well.
Yes, it is. But let's get into some drama because there was a lot of it.
There was a lot of drama.
The first one is, I wouldn't say we because I was never involved in this. You all who basically threw Odyssey Jones out of WWE should fucking apologize to the man right now.
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed. This cancel culture shit is done. It's finished. You can't even do that. You ruined this guy's life for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, I think he'll bounce back. I'm not worried. He's a very talented dude.
Yeah, he is.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll probably be in TNA.
Let's just be honest. If the Velveteen Dream can come back, Odyssey Jones can come back.
And Velveteen Dream is literally a PDF file.
Exactly. So this whole shit was a lie that was perpetrated because everyone wants to say, "Oh, the woman is always the victim." Fuck you.
Right. He was clearly the victim in this case.
Odyssey Jones was the victim in this.
Yeah.
He got a restraining order. Everything was unfounded.
Yeah.
You all ruined this guy's life for no reason. You should be ashamed of yourself. Seriously. This whole mob mentality stuff has to be done. And, I have to put blame on WWE too. Their reaction to it was 100%.
They needed to get rid of this, but it doesn't matter if it was unfounded or not. It was obviously going to be a problem.
If it was, now it's not going to be a problem.
No.
Now you better bring him the fuck back because he was fired for no reason.
Yeah.
Wait for the investigation to be over. I think this is where social media has sort of gone off the rails.
Again, they're not thinking about what the cancel culture says. They're thinking about their fucking wallets is what they're thinking about.
Well, I mean, cancel culture is part of it.
Yeah,
because people are like, oh my God, you have this abuser on there when he did absolutely nothing wrong. They'll probably hire him back.
Yeah.
I hope they do. If not, he is a great talent that any indie promotion would just be ogling after.
Yeah.
So, there we go. And the other one.
Oh, yeah, so Corey Graves. Do we even know what's going on with Corey Graves?
So, as of right now, he is off of TV pending on what the fuck is happening. He put this out regarding the shuffling of the announcers because Pat McAfee is back with Michael Cole on Netflix. Joe Tasseltor and Wade Barrett are on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey Graves was going to be on NXT with Vic Joseph and Booker T.
Right.
And he put this out saying that I'm essentially being demoted to NXT. In a way, I can understand Corey's frustration.
Yes, he's getting the short end of the stick.
But at the same time, I do agree with Jonathan Coachman, who put out a rebuttal regarding it, basically saying there are very limited spots at the spot that he's in.
Right.
NXT is not a demotion.
Right.
You are still working for the biggest pro wrestling company in the world.
And if the pay gets bumped, that's one thing. But I don't foresee his pay being bumped just because he's going to NXT.
Exactly. So him sort of being in this, him essentially complaining about this quote-unquote demotion, I think is a discredit to NXT because it's not a demotion.
No.
And here's another thing. Booker T is a 2-time Hall of Famer, and he is more than happy to be in this position. It's not a demotion. You're complaining over nothing.
Right.
Do you want to get fired? Because that's the way to do it. How about you go to the bosses and say, why am I not on these shows?
Right.
This could have been done internally.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword when it comes to the Corey Graves situation. I personally am kind of on Jonathan Coachman's side with this.
Yeah, I am too.
Where you should be grateful you are still there in some capacity. it's a great opportunity for you to maybe help out a Vic Joseph or to help out maybe people who are training to be an announcer. And also, it might not have been WWE's decision.
Right. It probably wasn't. It was probably the decision of the networks to be like, these are the people that we want on the booth.
Exactly.
That is just how that works. Those companies are paying a lot of money to have WWE's product, and they want what they want.
And now, I don't know all of the ins and outs. With Pat McAfee and Michael Cole with Netflix, it would make sense that Netflix would be pushing that. Joe Tesseltor, even though he is the least experienced commentator out of all of them, he does have cross-promotional because he did come from ESPN, I think. I think it was ESPN.
I think so.
With Wade Barrett, I'm not 100% sure. I like Wade Barrett as a commentator. Between him and Corey, though, I like Corey more. But that's really being nitpicky when it comes to something like that. I hope they do something with this. I think this would be a great opportunity for maybe Corey Graves to go into a heel manager role. Or, he was cleared by WWE doctors to compete again.
Yeah.
Maybe this would be a great transition for him.
Back to competition.
Right. Maybe even if it's just as a part-time for right now. He will have to go back to NXT to get reacclimated back to that environment. So no matter what, he was going to go.
Right.
It's just kind of a weird situation.
It is. It's kind of a weird situation.
Well, now he's off of TV. His future is up in the air to what he's going to do. We gave options to where that could be, but we want to hear from you on where do you think he'll go? Do you think do you agree with him, or do you actually sort of agree with it, saying you still work for WWE? No matter where you are, you're still within WWE.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of where that is. The Death Riders gimmick, this whole angle has been an absolute failure. Despite this guy's name, Real One is pretty much the biggest meat writer of Tony Khan on Twitter, literally. And it's not just this guy who's saying that this shit is done. Like, it's toasted. It's not good. It's lame.
Yeah.
It is lame. The Death Rider shit is lame.
Yeah.
It's directionless dribble. Same thing with Wrestle Cringe. He blocked me. I took this screenshot. I don't know what happened with the liking and might in there, but I think I was just sort of I was trying to get that screenshot quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to reevaluate the direction of this. This is not going anywhere. This storyline is not doing anything for anybody.
Absolutely not. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's done. You were finished. This is what happens when you have the inmates running the asylum.
Yeah.
You even get the meat writers of your company saying, this is dog shit. Seriously. Also, more. Oh,
I did see this.
More doom and gloom from
I did see this. GCW had more tickets than AEW.
This is the same fucking building. It's the same building.
Yeah.
Now you could say, well, it's a pay-per-view versus Dynamite. Dynamite is on TBS.
Right.
It is simulcast on Max.
Right.
You should not be like...
It's a national promotion.
AEW has quickly become number 4.
Yeah. I mean, at this rate, yeah.
Actually, no. Maybe no. Yeah, number 4. At least as of right now. Let's wait until House of Hardcore does something.
Right.
Maybe they'll sell the fuck out.
Right, and MLW come up from behind.
Yeah, seriously. MLW is kind of this weird sleeper company. They have good money behind them. That's where Jacob Fatu came from. So it's silly. It's crazy.
It's silly. It is. It is quite silly.
It's awesome, though. It's like, this is what we've been telling you forever. It's just going to get worse from this point.
It's not going to get any better.
Kevin Kelly. Ooh, man. So this is Kevin Kelly's verified, like this was his social media, basically saying this is his experience.
Yeah.
He had this idiot say he was wrong and say, oh, he was corrected.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. He's a mark.
Right.
This guy is a mark. He is not a real person. He is on daddy's money.
Yeah, this is daddy's Jaguar money being wasted.
wasted, and Jaguars aren't even doing that good anyway. They can't pay for cable. It's stupid. It's absolutely insane.
That is.
I just can't wait for Kevin Kelly and the Take Kids to fucking get this company to the death nail that it truly is, because right now it is hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Let's just finish it off. Let's move on. Let's see what else happens, because Money Mark ain't doing shit.
No.
Oh, Jaida Parker too. Man, there was a lot of drama.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the antithesis of Jaida Parker essentially being blacklisted, where she is in support of the rule of
transgender ban bill
against the women and girls of these particular sports.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to put my opinion into this,
but technically the bill has not passed.
But she is in support of it being banned.
Right.
Now, once again, I'm not going to put my 2 cents on it, because
it landed her in a lot of hot water.
It shouldn't have, though, because she's entitled
to her opinions.
She can have her opinion. I don't think her job should be on the line for expressing her opinion.
No.
Now, she doubled down on it on social media.
Which she shouldn't have done.
Right.
You should have ignored it like everybody else does.
Seriously. I mean, Rhea Ripley ignores it, and she's liked a lot of weird shit, too.
Yeah. It's like, just ignore it.
Now, once again, she has the right
to have her opinion, but she should not double down. If there is an unpopular opinion that a lot of people don't share the same sentiment, don't feed into that. That is how they win. Now, the trolls win when you feed them.
Right. Unless you want that.
Right.
I feed the trolls because the trolls help our numbers.
Yes.
So I am okay with doing it.
It's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk likes to feed the trolls. He is a professional troll feeder just like us.
Literally the president that's going into inauguration tomorrow.
Yes.
He literally became president off of trolls.
Yes. That is literally how that works.
But I think the whole backlash was a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think maybe the reaction didn't help her. There was a rumor that she slept with Jey Uso for some reason. I'm like,
I remember that one.
I was confused about it. Apparently she started it, but I couldn't find evidence of that, so I ignored it. Jaida Parker is great, though.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be fine. You know, she wasn't really doing anything to within NXT already, so
right.
You know, a couple of weeks ain't gonna kill her. She'll be fine. She'll just be off of social media for a little bit. She'll be back.
Yeah,
no worries. People were talking about Australia, the Grand Slam in Australia.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about this too. That it was never a pay-per-view. It was originally going to be a pay-per-view.
I took this screenshot.
Yeah.
This was my screenshot from Wikipedia. They promoted this as a pay-per-view. This was meant to be a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But because the ticket sales are so effing bad, also, they're going to put this on a weird day, on a weird time. Is it going to happen at like 11 o'clock at night or something on a tape delay?
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with that. There's some weird scheduling conflicts. So
yes,
this
is evidence, though.
Right,
this is evidence.
This is evidence that it was originally going to be a pay-per-view.
Yep.
And people are like, oh no, I don't think it was ever promised. Yes, it was. When they signed the deal, they said that this was going to be a pay-per-view. They were saying that it is going to no longer be a special, but it's going to be a pay-per-view event.
You don't do a special in a stadium. You just don't. That's not how that works.
So now it is no longer a pay-per-view because I'm willing to bet you that they are expecting the sales to be dismal at this rate. Right.
Or maybe even Warner Brothers Discovery wants this special on there to hopefully boost those numbers. Yeah. But at the same time, whenever the time it's going to happen, it's either going to be really early where nobody's going to care, or it's going to be really late. I'm hearing like 11 to midnight on Pacific time. Yeah. Which is insane. That is 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, that is ridiculous.
This guy's an idiot talking about, this is not a one-person sentiment where it's like, I don't want the entrances. I want the first match to be ready to go. So Suit Williams, whatever the fuck your name is, you write for F4W, who cares? You just described this. This is the description of NWA.
Yeah.
This is what NWA does. They do very small entrances.
Yep.
The first match is ready to go. That's how it's done. And literally the NWA is focused on the wrestling. They're in smaller venues.
Yeah.
It's tradition. It's
nostalgia.
That's the entire antithesis. If you want that, watch NWA.
Right.
You'll be happy.
Yep.
Anyway, that was all the drama. Lots of drama.
There was a lot of drama, man.
There really was a lot of drama. So, Peanut Gallery, he will be covering the news here after a break.